After months of searching through intelligence community holdings and files, today I'm releasing new evidence of long-standing U.S. government funding of more than 120 biolabs in over 30 countries. Now, these biolabs include labs in places like Ukraine, which could be at risk of compromise due to the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war.
The latest disclosure by DNI Tulsi Gabbard opens a Pandora's box. The Office of the DNI, the Director of National Intelligence, has just declassified a highly sensitive analysis on US-supported biological laboratories in Ukraine. The fresh revelations on gain-of-function research are horrifying. The disclosure highlighted Dr. Anthony Fauci's lies over existence of such biolabs, like he allowed and funded gain-of-function research. The fresh allegations, if found true, could be potentially devastating like COVID. Your channel, National Defense, was the first channel to decode origin of coronavirus in most scientific manner.
In fact, the intelligence community had previously warned that a US-funded biolab in Ukraine likely housed dangerous pathogens and remained vulnerable to long-standing threats of Russian attack, seizure, or damage. Now, until now, evidence regarding the full existence and funding of these laboratories had been knowingly withheld from you, the American people. Many of these U.S. government-funded biolabs are currently or have previously engaged in research using hazardous and highly contagious pathogens, and in some cases included dangerous gain-of-function research with very little visibility or oversight.
DNI Disclosure isn't talking about one or two facilities. The document confirms a network of over 40 labs built and funded under the Pentagon's Cooperative Threat Reduction Program. What was inside? The declassified slide deck explicitly logs the pathogen repository inventory. The list reads like a worst-case pandemic scenario: Anthrax, the plague, Tularemia, MERS, SARS, and Ebola. The intelligence community notes that the United States government directly funded Ukrainian scientists to perform genomic sequencing on high consequential viral strains, including highly pathogenic avian influenza.
Now, President Trump clearly understands the serious threat dangerous gain-of-function research poses to the American people. And this is why he took decisive action over a year ago. On May 25th, 2025, he signed an executive order to end federal funding of gain-of-function research around the world. Here at ODNI, I issued new guidance to the intelligence community directing increased collection on these laboratories and facilities overseas. And we're already seeing the results of this increased collection. We're learning new details, for example, on clinical trials that are underway at these facilities and that are raising significant ethical, financial, and security concerns regarding the supposed public health initiatives and U.S. national security.
The IC describes this entire infrastructure as a, quote, web of connections to the U.S. biological weapons defense industry, unquote. At the center of it all, the primary integrating contractor, American engineering giant Black & Veatch. The funding breakdown for individual diagnostic facilities is now public. Look at the numbers. Hudson Diagnostic Lab, $17,28,822. Institute of Veterinary Medicine, $21 lakhs. Jakarpatska Lab, $19 lakhs. Central Reference Laboratory in Odisha, $34 lakhs.
Now, despite the obvious potential for catastrophic global impact that research on dangerous pathogens in biolabs can have, politicians and so-called health professionals like Dr. Fauci, as well as entities within the Biden administration's national security team, lied repeatedly to the American people about the existence of U.S.-funded and supported biolabs. Not only did they lie, they threatened those who attempted to expose the truth.
This is the most heavily funded site in this batch officially permitted by the Ministry of Health back in 2010. While the United States maintains these programs were strictly built to secure Soviet-era legacy pathogens and enhance public health diagnostics, the declassified file concludes by noting active Russian allegations targeting a specific basement laboratory.
So this release today breaks new ground, as the information surrounding the existence, history, locations, and funding of these US-funded biolabs has been intentionally covered up by very powerful people who falsely claimed that these biolabs didn't exist. Now, they accuse anyone who says otherwise to be foreign assets and traitors to America.
The issue of Ukrainian biolabs has been at the center of information warfare since the beginning of Russia's invasion in 2022. Russia reportedly accused the United States of operating biological weapons program in Ukraine. Washington consistently denied those accusations, stating that the facility were public health and disease surveillance laboratories designed to secure diagnosed dangerous pathogens left behind after the Soviet Union's collapse.
Now, ODNI will continue working closely with partners across the U.S. government to identify exactly where these labs are and what pathogens they contain to end dangerous gain-of-function research that threatens the health and well-being of the American people and people around the world.
The full document is now in the public domain. Link of DNI Disclosure is in the description of this video. Read the raw slides yourself, track the money, and look at the connections yourself. Let me know what catches your eyes in the comments and hit subscribe for the next breakdown. Thanks indeed for watching National Defense. This is Shailesh Kumar signing off.